Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got a product to show you today that is something that I think could be useful for all drone flyers, whether you're an FPV drone flyer or a camera drone flyer. You're out in the field, you run out of batteries, you burn through a bunch of packs, or your batteries deplete with your camera drone and you need to recharge. What do? You're away from your vehicle. Well, fortunately for me, the folks at Oupes sent me their 600 watt power station, and let me see if I can kind of fire it up for you here. It's a handy device. Let's take a look at all the features and everything that it can do for you. Okay, let's just talk initially about some of the basic specs of this, and I just fired it up here. I haven't charged it at all, so this is the charge from the factory. It is a 600 watt power station, good for a 1000 watt surge. It has a 595 watt hour battery. The battery is interesting. It is LiFePO4, and what does that mean? It's a lithium iron phosphate battery. So take you back to your chemical class in high school. The cool thing about that is it's good for 3,600 charge cycles. It has no heavy metals in it, so it is what you would consider a green battery. The weight of this thing is 15 pounds, which makes it easily, something that you can handle. And it's good to know that it has what they call a battery management system. And in short, what that is a safety algorithm that keeps it from overcharging, undercharging, causing any problems that you would, shorts, the kind of things you would worry about with a battery. It's got a system to avoid that. So let's take a look here. It does have two AC outlets, 110 volt AC outlets that are good for 600 watts. And then it also has two USB-A outlets, and those are good for quick charging, 3 amp quick charging. So, charging up your cell phone, tablet, etc. And then, interestingly enough, above that, it has a USB-C port that can be used for not only charging, but also as an input to recharge the power station itself. So then finally you got the DC charger. You got two barrel plug style outputs here and an automotive style 12 volt car charger at the top here. So Oupes is saying that these two 110 AC outlets are pure sine wave AC inverter for cleaner, smoother power. You electronics guys are going to have to tell me what that is, but it sounds like a good thing. And the other thing that they're saying is it's quiet, right? So it's not like you have a generator running, it's an inverter getting you to that power. Then the USB-C port is 60 watts, so if you've got a really powerful laptop, that's enough to keep that thing powered up and running. And then again, the USB-A ports, you could be charging your phone and, in my case, a drone remote control or a drone battery itself all day long. And then also with the DC ports here, there's a lot of devices that use the barrel type plugs, and then the car style charger would come in handy as well for a number of other devices. And of course it says here, and you can see it at the bottom, it is 12 volts DC 10 amps. So let's talk a little bit about some of the examples that Oupes gave for what you could charge with this thing. And you can run, it says it'll run a mini rice cooker, 300 watt rice cooker for 1.7 hours, a 60 watt mini refrigerator for 8 hours, a 110 watt TV for 4.7 hours. It says it'll run a 40 watt fan for 13 hours. A laptop, you're going to get 8.7 charges out of it, a 60 watt hour laptop. It says a 40 watt hour drone, you're going to get 13 charges. I'm willing to bet even more than that. And then a camera, 37 charges, and a phone, 45 charges. So there's a lot you can do with it. They're also saying that some of the other examples that they're giving is an electric drill, a projector, a kettle, etc. So there's a lot of things that you're going to be able to do with this power station. Okay, how are you going to charge this guy up? Well, it does come with an AC adapter here, and you would just simply plug the barrel connector in right here on the side of the unit and charge it up. They're saying that that is going to take about 7.5 hours. Now, you can dual charge it. So we pointed out earlier the USB-C that's also an input. If you hooked, say, your laptop charger with USB-C out up to that and into here, you can charge simultaneously this output with that USB-C on the front. They're saying you could get a full charge from 0 in 3.5 hours. Then also, we're going to look at a little bit later, you can also plug the solar panel into here, and they're saying that you can get it charged up in about 7.5 hours. If you use that USB-C port alone that we talked about, it should take about 12 hours. And then they do also include, I think it's nice of them, they include a car charger here with a barrel connector. So you could charge it from your car, although I would say if you're going to do that, you're going to want to do that while you're traveling down the road and have your engine running, etc. In other words, you're on your way to your destination and you want to make sure this guy is fully charged. That's what you would use that car charger for. Okay, the battery management system. Let's talk about this a little bit. I alluded to that earlier. So what does that do? Well, that keeps the power station safe. It's overload protection. It's smart cooling. There's actually a fan in there that will keep it cooled on a hot day. Over temperature protection. Smart management IC, it says. So in other words, it's got an integrated circuit on there that manages it. It's got short circuit protection, and it has over discharge protection as well. So plugged into the AC charge brick, you can see that it's charging at about 92 to 94 watts. Okay, let's look at a real world use case. You're out there in the field with your drones. I've got the DJI FPV drone and then the Autel Nano Plus drone here. I need to charge some batteries and I need to charge up the controllers, etc. What do I do? Well, let's start with the FPV drone. That's going to be pretty easy. We're going to turn on the AC power here by pressing that button, and you can see that light came on. So I'm going to plug in the power brick that came with the drone with the pure sine wave power, and you can see it'll immediately start drawing some amps. And then, yeah, let's just get it set up with the battery, so make sure I get that the right way. And that, we should start seeing a draw here. Let me turn that back on. Yeah, there we see an immediate draw. Now, DJI made it easy because they give us a couple of USB ports on the side of their power bricks, so I can easily then plug in the controller and my goggles battery. USB-A, and I've got another USB-A cable here. And the DJI drone, and I'm going to turn on that display so we can see it start to draw some amps. And I'm going to plug in the controller here and let it start to charge. And now we're going to plug in the goggles battery, USB-C again, and it should start drawing even a little bit more. Okay, so all of those are charging up. Hey, that was easy, right? We're just using one of the receptacles on the power station. So now we need to get this little guy charged up. So I have the charge hub here and one of my extra batteries. So I'm going to get that ready to go here, plugged into the charge hub. And then again, it is a USB-C cable. So I'm going to use one of the quick charge USB-A ports, and I need to turn that on as well. So I can see that that's on now. Plug that in, get plugged into the charge port here on the hub, and there we can see that battery starting a quick charge. And then, so I've got my RC controller for the Autel Nano, and I need to get a charge on it. What do I do? Well, in this case, let's try that USB-C output out. So I've got a USB-C to USB-C cable. Plug it in right there. Plug it into the controller, and boom, that's starting to charge up. We got everything charging here, so yeah, before long we'll be ready to go. So that's just one of the things you can use this for. So the thing about it is, say my cell phone was low. Well, I still have a USB-C port available down here. I still have another 110 volt port available up there. And if I had a car charger or something that I wanted to charge something else, I've got that port right here, not to mention the two other DC barrel ports on there. So yeah, plenty of ways to charge. And I like how it shows, if you look at the display here, it shows at this amount of amps that we're pulling right now, 115 amps, we've got 4.1 hours of battery power. So pretty handy. Also showing the ring around the outside. As it depletes, those rings will go dark. And you know, it also gives you the percentage right there as well. So pretty handy. This is a demonstration that I really wanted to do out in the field, but the weather prevails. It's snowy and slushy outside, so we're doing it right here in my living room. I want to show you how you use the Oupes 100-watt solar panel to charge the Oupes 600-watt power station. It is super easy, very easy to set up. This is something that you would do. You're out there camping or you're out in the field for a few days. This 100-watt solar panel will charge this power station from zero in 7.5 hours. So you're probably never going to take it down to zero. So I would just think that if you had that solar panel plugged in 4 or 5 hours a day, you're going to constantly keep this thing topped off and working for you, so you've got power throughout the night. So this thing couldn't be easier. It's all Velcro and all in just one quick package. So it simply unfolds, and then each section, I don't know if you can see it here, has just a little leg that you unfold out. And I'm a little clumsy, but we'll get this done. I should note that the last panel has a zippered pocket, and that's because it holds the power cable as well as the leg. So you simply unzip it, pull out that last leg, and then the power cable here. The power cable has that barrel type connector, and you simply plug it into the side of the power station to the receptacle on the side. And I heard the fan come on. So once you get the solar panel plugged into the side of the power station, you're good to go. It's that easy. So highly recommend, if you are a camper and you're going to be out in the field overnight in situations where you're going to need power for day after day after day, you'll definitely want to pick up the Oupes 100-watt solar panel array as well, along with your 600-watt power station. Hey, I almost forgot, I got one more thing to show you on the Oupes 600-watt power station. You do have a light on the back that's built into the case of the power station itself. One press is bright, one press, a second press is even brighter, a third press is the SOS flashing. That's going to be awful handy in the campsite. Okay, just a few final words about the Oupes power station. I just can think of a lot of uses for it. You know, we're in the middle of winter right now. You have a power outage. No, you're not going to power your house this thing, nor will it power your full-size refrigerator. But what it will do is it'll keep the lights on for you, allow you to keep your mobile devices powered up, and then even, you know, you could power a small refrigerator with it. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's a handy little device. It's quiet. It's not going to make a lot of noise. My use case, again, is for charging drone batteries out in the field. I'm going to use it for that a lot. But if you're a camper, I just wonder how you could do without one of these. I know a lot of people have generators. Well, they make a lot of noise and so forth. This is quiet power, so pretty handy. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Let me turn on the light here so you can see that display one more time. Oh, and I don't want to forget the Oupes solar panel that goes with it, the 100-watt solar panel. I would recommend that if you're somebody that's going to be out days at a time. I think you're definitely going to want to pick up that solar panel as well. So they They got a really good deal going on this right now on Amazon. They've got just one of those coupon boxes that you check, and it brings the price down to $399, which I think is outstanding for this product. So I will leave my affiliate link down below so that if you want to pick one up, you can. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.